I'm basically just going to read off your document, okay? We got a 12 unit and a 6 unit. We have 4 2-bedrooms, 12 unit. We're going to do, I'm just going to read this off, right? So 4 2-beds. Next is 2 2-beds. Next is 2 2-beds. Next here is 4 1-beds. And then we have the 6 unit, which is 3 3-beds, 2 2-beds, and 1 1-bed. Okay, here we go. So let's start breaking these all down. So we got 4 of these. We got 2 2 4. And then for this one we have 3 2. Based on this document, again, I'm just reading off of a document he sent over, but I guess I can also share the document here. Okay, so let me open this in a new tab so you guys can all see what I'm looking at here. Give me a minute. Let's do annual here. So we're just going to click in. I'm just going to do quick math, okay? So this is going to be really, really fast. So 13,500. This will be dollar per year. Because right now you can see like this is set up for an industrial property. So like I just made a copy of some random spreadsheet. So I'm going to have to play around with this a little bit. So just bear with me here. The way he has it organized with the 2 asterisks, the little dot here, all that kind of stuff, this is going to be really fun to break down. Okay, here we go. So the pluses, this is going to take me probably a little bit, but I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can. So the pluses are this one, so we're going to do that. So the pluses is 13,500 plus what? We got 13,500 plus 14,160. So we're just going to add those two together and just say 27,600. So we're going to do 27,600 for these two. The 4 2-bedrooms, these asterisks, we've got 12 grand plus 14, that's 26,000. 26,000 plus another 17 is what? 43,000 plus another 17 is 49, let's call it 50, 60,000. So 60,000 a year. The other 2 bedrooms are, we did the plus, let's do the little asterisk thing. So we got 14.5 plus what? 16,300. So we're going to say total of 30,000 for these. Okay. And then all the 1 bedrooms are the 1 asterisk. So we're going to do 18,000 plus 12,000. That's 30 grand. 30 grand plus 15 plus this, we're just going to call it another 32. So it's 62,000 total. Okay. Now, for the 6 family, we're going to be looking at these here. So he's got 3, all the I's here. The 3 I's are the 3 bedrooms. So you got 20,000 plus 25 is 45,000 plus another 20 is 65,000. Now we have the 2 bedrooms, which is right here, the 2 I's. So we got 17 plus 16, which comes to 33 grand. I'm just taking very round numbers, as you can see. And then the 1 bedroom is this I, so we're just going to call it 13,000, okay? That's per year. So then we're going to have to break this down. Let's get rid of these here. Delete these rows. Yeah, don't show me that. Okay, cool. So now, make sure everything is calculating. The square footage you can kind of ignore. We just have the price per unit. So the annual price per square foot, again, this is built out. This one's built out for warehouses. So we can do base monthly. So we're going to do equals here. Divided by 4, which is the per unit. Actually, sorry, we'll do divided by this number, and then divide that number by 12 months, right? So this will be an average rent per unit, and then we're going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so this is the average rent per month per unit, as you can see, okay? And then we're going to get the total monthly, which is going to be equals that. Let's see, times, it's going to be the same thing. So this is going to be times this, times... There you go. So that's the total monthly amount, which is basically this number divided by 12. Now, all this is going to do is equal here times 3. That's all it's going to be. And yes, I want to continue that formula. So now you can see how much we're making per month, how much we're making per year. Again, we'll just do the same pull over here. That's the annual number again. But now this is going to say what we believe the pro forma numbers are. So this is going to say including like what we believe the future value of this building is going to be, right? Like, so what do you think an average 2-bedroom, right, is going to generate in this market? We got 2-bedroom, the 2-bedroom split, 2-bedroom with a bonus. In Newark, let's just say that we run our numbers, which I'm going to say, Steven, have you done any comps of where you think we should be on this for a 2-bedroom?
I have not, no.
Okay. Let's just say that we're gonna, because like what I would do here is, let's see if we can open up a new tab. Apartments.com. So I'm gonna zoom into this marketplace right here in this area. We're gonna zoom out just a smidge. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 2 bedrooms only, apartments only, and we're gonna see all the results. Okay, if we look, I mean, obviously I don't believe that these are gonna be getting $3,500 a month. I wanna be able to see something decent because these are all brand new construction buildings, as you can clearly see. So I'm gonna scroll down until I'm seeing some average units, right? So these are 2 to 3 bedrooms, 2 bed, 2,600, still decent. This is 2,200. I'm probably gonna be in like this range, right? Like this is where the building is, right? Like, or this is what I'm looking at for the building, right? Because if you look at 138, I mean, look at the building here. If you look at the building, I want to find as comparable of a building as possible. So this is what the building looks like, big red brick building. I'm going to try to find something that's similar. So this is obviously as similar as I'm going to get for a 2 bed, 1 bath in Kearney, which is obviously a little bit different of a location. So it's a little bit different of a location, 2,200. I mean, these are, when you start getting into actual, similar types of units, it looks like an easy two grand all day long for 2 bedroom. I mean, this one's probably the cheapest one you see, 1,800 bucks. So for a lot of these, we can probably say somewhere between 1,800 and 2 grand is per forma. I'll say $1,800 to be safe. And I'm just going to drag that down here. And then 4 1-bedroom units, okay? And because also, these has 1,800 and it's around the similar area, so we'll say 1,800. And for 3 bedrooms, by the way, because we want to look at 3 bedrooms, I'd probably say in the mid 2s, right? Like say maybe 2,200. 3 bedroom, just to say calls for rent, so we'll do 2,200. We'll be safe. And then for 1 beds, let's see if we can pull up some 1 bedrooms. Nope, I want to do 1 bedrooms only, please. There we go. All right, and then clearly the price range, let's do low to high so we can start seeing where our market is. 1 bedrooms, 1,400, 1,750, 1,800. We're probably capping out in this range. So say 1,600, do we say 1,650, maybe 1,700? I'll say 1,600 all day long. So this is pro forma value, which will put us in a realm. Let me see if I can. This is saying how long it's going to take us to get there, right? So this is how many quarters we believe it's going to take us to get there. I think 20 actually is probably pretty appropriate because Newark has rent control. So quarters, right? Quarter to market, how long it's going to take us to get to this pro forma value. I think 20, which is saying 5 years, is pretty damn appropriate. Market price monthly. So all you're going to do is you take this times how many units, right? This number here. That's how much money we're going to be making monthly. And then we just drag this puppy down. And then we make sure all the math checks out. 20 grand, 29, 26. For whatever reason, it's a little off. It's auto-calculating a little bit higher. Because basically what you're saying is that it should be bringing $7,200 monthly. I think it's trying to do price per square foot on something. That's why the numbers are so skewed. Because I'm trying to get these numbers to equal that, right? So just to make things really easy, guys, because right now I'm seeing that these numbers are very off for whatever reason. So just to do things that are really, really fast, it's basically taking double all these numbers. So I'm just going to drop this down to 900 because it's going off of a price per square foot, which I don't have auto calculated right now. So just give me a minute. I'm just going to do this really fast so you guys can kind of see how this deal pencils out. 36.
Hey, Henry, and you're saying 20 quarters to get to pro forma. Is that because of rent control, rehab and all that?
Rent control. So the property has major rent control.
So you're gotcha. Okay.
Major rent control. So now we have pro forma value saying, well, I have to go all the way down here to make sure it's checking out. Like obviously this one is showing a little bit less than market value because what we should be getting to is close to, it's basically tied to a price. It has it tied to like a price per square foot. That's why it's kind of messed up, which I don't have a price per square foot and it's going off of these. That's why. Let's do 450. Let's do 400. So now it's showing about accurate numbers, okay? So right now this is what it's bringing in. These are actually accurate based off of our image, which I can't even click on. Okay, based on this, it's saying with rental and parking, everything else, you have expenses. So let's just go to the expense tab. I'm trying to move as fast as I can on this, so sorry for the delays, but taxes on this are what? Do we see taxes on here? Property taxes, there you go, $42,728. So I'm just gonna round up, we're gonna do 43,000. Insurance, it says 23.5, so we'll say 24. Okay, utilities, 8,400, which is electric, water, and sewer. So we'll just kind of split that pretty evenly, say 3 grand a piece, electric, water, and sewer. Gas, I'm guessing they all pay because I don't see it on here. So I'll still put like, let's just say $1,500 a year. Landscaping, I'm gonna say next to zero, say like 1,200 bucks a year. Snow removal, I'll say probably 2 grand a year. Yeah, sidewalks and everything else like that. Marketing, we're not gonna be doing 15,000, let's say 1,200 bucks a year. Trash removal, I'd say probably $6,000 a year. Repairs and maintenance is auto-calculated. Leasing compensation, you could do 0. Solar panels, 0. Miscellaneous, 0. 5% management fees. My total expenses for this future year is going to be 110. So this is all calculated correctly now. We can go back to the summary page. Obviously, we're losing a ton of money because it says $10 million. How much did they say that they wanted, Steven?
High threes.
High threes. So let's just say $4 million. Let's see what happens. Okay, so at $4 million, let's say that right now my debt service coverage ratio says a 1.279, and this was with no syndication fee. I'm imagining this is probably including your broker fee, but this is saying I'm putting 50% down to get to a 1.2, which probably makes about sense because interest rates are definitely about 7.5%. I'm going to take this number and divide it into 18. We're buying this at $222 a unit, which obviously seems incredibly high. We're buying it at a 4.5 cap. Makes no sense, right? And obviously you can see my internal rate of return, which will probably have to be here, is a negative 14% return on my money. So at $4 million, this sounds absolutely insanity. Maybe if I paid $3 million bucks. I have a 1.7 debt service coverage ratio, which is good, which means I can put less money down until I have a 1.2. I need to be at a 1.2, maybe a 1.25. I'm still buying it at a 6 cap, 167 a door. My cash and cash year one is still is only 1%. And my internal rate of return in 5 years is a negative 3% rate of return on my money. So even at 3 million, I can't buy it, right? Let's try 2.5 million. No, that's 25. We're definitely going to lose money there. Okay, 25 million. I'm at a 1.4. Let's say I can get to now 75% leverage, which makes sense. I'm still at over a 1.2, 1.25. Now I'm at 1.3.5. I'm at a 4% cash on cash return year one. I'm buying it at 138,000 a unit. It's buying it at a 7 cap, and I'm still only making a 9.5% rate of return on my investment. My goal for my investors, right? I want to do deals where this is a 25% IRR, right? Or at least a 20, right? If it's at a 20, you probably can sell it. So I'm going to still have to continue going down. Let's go to $2 million. $2 million, I'm at a dead 20. My cap rate purchase my cap rate on day one purchase is an 8.8 cap. Great. My cash and cash year one's pretty good. I can get 75% leverage, which is nice. I probably can even push this to maybe 80. If I do that, my internal rate of return goes up. My cash on cash goes up. My price per unit that I'm buying it at is spectacular. I like this deal. At $2 million, I love the deal. Now, obviously, is he going to take it? I have no idea, but this is why it's important, because they make up numbers, guys, right? Because even if he said he wants, let's just say 3.6, he's like, I won't do anything less than 3.6. This is what I want, blah, blah, blah. There are people who will just list this property for sale. I mean, this is such a horrible deal. I mean, this is not going to even be close to possible because I'm at a negative debt ratio. So let's put this back down to 50. Like, this is just look at this. Look at this cash on cash return. I'm a negative 32% return on my investment. This is what people are not paying attention to. It's saying that the implied value in 5 years, including increasing the rent, right, drastically, my value in 5 years will be $3 million and I'm paying 3.6. This is what people aren't doing. This is what, a lot of brokers are like, oh yeah, sure, I'll list the property for sale. Like, oh, I don't know why no one's buying this deal. This is freaking why nobody would buy your deal. This is why doing the math is so freaking important. If you're ever curious why you're not able to sell a deal, I would start penciling these numbers earlier instead of waiting.